social media in particular has exploded over the past couple of years. We put this seminar together based on feedback from our clients who want to learn more about how they can leverage social media to help their business.
Social media, or at least the driving forces that lead people to share in social media, are not exactly new. And I like to start with this type of image or slide to really point this out. This is a clipping that comes from a 1935 magazine called Modern Mechanics. And it describes a new technology at the time. If you can't read it from where you're sitting, I'll read it to you. It says, "To aid persons who wish to make or cancel appointments or inform friends of their whereabouts, a robot message carrier has been introduced in London, England. Known as the Notificator, the new machine is installed in streets, stores, railroad stations, and other public places where individuals may leave messages for friends. The user walks up on a small platform in front of the machine, writes a brief message on a continuous strip of paper, and drops a coin in the slot. The inscription moves up behind a glass panel where it remains in public view for at least 2 hours so that the person for whom it is intended may have sufficient time to observe the note at the appointed place." With the exception of the last line, which refers to it as being like a candy vending machine, this is actually a robotic version of what we might know as Facebook, Twitter, or any of the social networks that we're using right now. People sharing information meant for specific audiences often, but visible to the public, which therefore can lead to broader conversation about that information. And we can see that over time, people have been interested, at least, maybe not enough people, because we don't have robot notificators sort of aging on our street corners everywhere. But people have been interested in this kind of sharing capability. So the right technologies, by the time we've reached 2012, have caught up, certainly caught up, and we are now seeing that type of sharing happening on a broad scale. So I want to show you a quick video clip that I think shows you where we have come to. It's sort of taking a look at leading up to 2011 and how people are sharing information and where people are turning to for the latest information.
Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda.
Let us not measure our sorrow by their worth, for then it will have no end.
Zero. And lift off, the final lift off of Atlantis.
And if you map this out and you see how this information spreads, it looks a lot like this. Actually, it looks exactly like this. Keith Urban being at the top in that larger bubble. And really the only other individual that can be credited with significantly breaking this news is Brian Stelter in another bubble toward the bottom. Brian Stelter is a tech journalist for the New York Times. So between those two, they released this information that they heard from their sources early, and every other point of light that you see streaming off them are other groups of people in networks that picked that up from them and shared it to their own followers and friends. You and I are probably much too small to appear even as a point of light on this, so you can really see how dramatic of an impact really two individuals can have in spreading information. And so we have a social shift that's taking place in the way that we are sharing and accessing information. That is just one example. We also have a projector that's a little off the screen. But that social shift can be described in a couple of ways. One, accessing information is a process that's changing. And as an information school, a field that studies how people access and share information and make the right decisions at the right time using that information, we've spent a long time mapping out the process by which someone should discover or be able to access particular information. And all of those models are changing because of social media. We now can do this in a very passive way. We can set up information to come to us in a flow or a stream, and rather than us having to go out and find it as a destination. And social media are really critical to that process. Information sharing, because of social media, is a changing activity as well, or it may not even be a specific activity any longer. I illustrate this concept through a story about my mom, which she now requires me to preface this story by saying she's not like this anymore. But yeah, I'm from Rome, which is not far from here. But shopping in Syracuse is sort of like shopping in the big city for Romans. And so, I mean, there are stores here we just don't have. And so routinely, my mom would call me and say, could you look up a phone number for me for, I don't know what it may be, Rainmore and Flanagan, something. I want to call a store that I don't have at home and find out if they have what I'm looking for. And I was always sort of like shocked by this request. And I would say, why do you want me to look it up? Why can't you look it up? And she'd say, well, I don't have a Syracuse phone book. And my answer would be, well, I don't have a Syracuse phone book either. I'm going to Google it. And you can Google it too. Do you want me to show you? And she would get frustrated at that answer and say, I know how to Google it. I can Google it. I just haven't had my computer time yet today. And what this points out is that in some cases it's a generational thing. But what this points out is that we're moving from a place where creating and sharing information or even accessing information is a specific activity that has a specific time and place in our home or in our lives, where now it's with us at all times. It's in our pocket. We carry it around and can Google something at any moment. So it's just a tool that we can use and apply to any situation.